Good morning, everybody. Toast to you and all you do. I hope you're having a fantastic day. It's been a minute since I made a video. Got a bunch of stuff going on. We found a property for our community garden. We've been working really hard at getting it together. I have a video I'll share. Hopefully, I'll get it up today. I don't know why I wouldn't. I can do it. Just so that you guys can get a look and see what we've been doing lately. It's pretty amazing. Really, I guess not what we're doing is amazing, because what we're doing is literally scraping horse poo off of walls and stuff. But it's going to be amazing. We're going to have a community garden. It'll have probably 100 little plots on it, 6x9 places for people to come and do their thing. So that should be really exciting. Oh, it's coming together so nicely. But that's not what we're here for today. Today, I want to talk about the full moon that's coming up on the 26th or 27th, depending on where you are. So to begin with, just like we talked about last full moon, the full moons this season are not set. Anyways, it's a woodpecker, little lady woodpecker. Anyway, so the full moons this year are a little off. So the April full moon isn't technically the pink moon. So I don't want to go over this 100 billion times every time I do one this video this year, but we're just going to have to briefly touch on it just for those who haven't watched the other videos. But the full moons are determined not off of our Gregorian calendar, but off of the combination of the solar and the lunar calendar and how they come together. So we are on the third full moon of we're on the third full moon of this season. Sorry, I was just doing the math in my brain. I think we might have a real true blue moon coming up. I don't know. I'm going to have to look. I'm pretty sure there is one this year. But anyway, so we have we're not on the pink moon. Or no, not the pink moon. It is actually the flower moon, the one that comes right after that. So it would be what we would consider the May full moon normally, but it's not. Because again, we had a full moon right after the equinox. So that first full moon after the equinox was our worm moon, and then we had our flower moon, or our pink moon last month, and now we're into the flower moon. And this is also the hare moon or the rabbit moon, the water moon. There are a lot of different names for this throughout the world. Really what they all kind of have to do with is the earth awakening and fertility spreading and passion and love and all of those kind of things. We're also getting really close to Beltane. So the energy right now, it's okay. So suddenly all my neighbors decided that they were going to drive down the road. So let's just take a moment. There's an airplane. It is a busy time right this second. It's also a busy time in the astrological moon calendar thing. The energy has a lot going on. It's a really loud airplane. Just wait. Anyways, so this upcoming full moon is the flower moon, so that it is all about love and blossoming, fertility, and passion. It is the Scorpio moon, so it again has that passion and that drive, that emotional, intuitive, flowing passion. It's also a super moon, so it's going to be closer in its orbit, which is amazing. We're going to see it a little bit bigger. You're going to feel that energy a little bit stronger. The tides are going to be a little bit higher. Just the influence of the moon on the earth is going to be felt a little bit stronger. And then on top of that, we have Beltane coming up, or high spring. So we have all of these things coming together with this really potent, fertile energy that is just full of lust and fertility and passion and drive and it's all going to be illuminated so that we can really see all of this going on with the full moon. And so the energy right now is just, I don't know, it's potent. It'll be almost like, I feel like sticky, like a room that's had passion go on in there for too long. Shh, don't talk about that. It's a family channel. Anyways. So there's, I mean, the goddess and the god are coming together, and we just have all of this passionate, beautiful energy. So like I said, you're probably going to feel that as like a, I don't know. It's just one of those moons and one of those times of year where I feel like that stereotypical kind of sexually charged witch, like that's the energy right now. And so it's really easy to tap into. The maiden goddess is full of fertility and bursting forth. I mean, you can see this beautiful tree in the background. I got my daffodils coming up. I know that this looks like it's growing right here behind me, but it's really not. It's been like that all year. It's called curry plant, and it's not for eating. It just smells like curry, so my kids like to touch it. It was just a fun sensory plant, but it's been like that all winter. It's not that pretty. Anyways, but so we just have all of this blossom. I had to come outside this morning, even though it's cold. It just snowed the other day. I don't know if you can see my breath. Kind of yell, yeah. It's still cold. It's deceptively warm looking. But that's that bursting energy from the goddess and the god. They're just ready to come forth. So that's a really great energy to tap into right now. Let's see, the flower moon list. Oh, so it's like a sexy lover's moon. So this is going to be a great time to do spell work that has to do with love or fertility or new blossoming things. And with Beltane and everything, like, I mean, just this energy right now, if you're looking for love, if you're looking to seal the deal, if you're looking to add some fiery passion to your relationship, all of those things, this is a great time to tap into that. You're probably feeling that just as is, like as you walk around, you're noticing how beautiful the people around you are. You're noticing how amazing that just the energy is, and it's waking up and it's waking you up. Oh, it's giving me the goosebumps, and I'm cold all at the same time. Anyways. So, okay, so on the other side of this passion thing, just to mention, so right now the sun has shifted into Taurus. So it's almost polar opposites from Scorpio, because Scorpio is this like outwardly expressionative, passionate, flowing forth kind of energy, where Taurus is still passionate, but Taurus is like, I am passionate in what I have and what I'm doing, and I'm rooted deep. So it's this deep-rooted passion. So when we bring those two passions together, it just, again, it really accentuates this lover's fertility, passion-driven, energetic kind of that kind of energy. And you're getting it not just from this Scorpio passionate lust side, but also from that deep love from the Taurus. It's just like that homey, long-lasting, stable love. So you're getting both of them. So that's why this is a great time for those, if you're looking for love, do a little love divination, a love yourself kind of magic, maybe some couples magic, or you're doing it with your partner, and you guys are doing love magic together. I wonder how much my neighbors can hear. I don't think they can hear me, but they just got into their car like right next door to me. I know that the grandma comes out when I'm in the backyard and she listens to me make my videos sometimes, but she doesn't speak English, so I don't know if she can understand what I'm saying. So I don't really worry about it. It's just one of those funny things. What a weird it's come in on this passionate love, sexy moon that I'm talking about. Anyways, so the other side of this Scorpio moon, so we have this passionate, we have that side of it, but the other side of Scorpio is the side of Scorpio I feel like gets a bad name. I saw a post the other day and somebody was like, I told these new friends that I was a Scorpio, and then I got all this like almost like backlash about like, oh, you're a Scorpio, and I felt bad. I'm a Scorpio, so I get that a lot too. And I see a lot of other people get that. And I don't think that it's a passion. I mean, yeah, that's part of it, is that Scorpios are very passionate, but that's not the side of it that people get caught up on. It's the truth side, and something about Scorpios' inability to keep their mouth shut. When we feel like there's something that really has to be said, we're going to say it. And so that truth aspect, I think, is what gets a lot of the bad name for Scorpio, is because we speak our truth, we speak our passion, and we speak it and we tell it and we just let it flow forth. We don't always think about it before we say it. We don't always like process those thoughts like, this truth might hurt somebody's feelings. But truth is it's unavoidable, the truth of the matter. If we look at the myth of Scorpio and how Scorpio popped the bubble of Orion and his, I am the most almighty hunter and I can hunt anything, but he couldn't hunt the Scorpio. And the Scorpio brought in this truth of, it doesn't have to be equals in size. It doesn't have to be, what we would consider a fair match. But the truth of the fact that Scorpio can just come in and sting and you're done. The smaller the scorpion, the worse the sting. And therefore, they did bring in that truth, that piece of information, like, sorry, I got to get it in there. And so this moon is going to help to illuminate that. Sorry, there's a flock of Greckles. And I don't think that it's Fred, my Greckle from last year. They're not as distinctive as the robin, so I can't tell the difference between them, but this one sure is vocal. He's hanging out this morning. Anyways, I'm getting cold. So back to the truth. Scorpio brings in this truth, and so under this full moon and the super moon, it's really going to illuminate these truths. It's going to illuminate the truths that you want to see. It's going to illuminate the truths that you don't want to see, and they're really going to be like bam in your face. So if you are looking for some honesty, if you're looking to like find the deeper seated truth, this is a great time to do that divination work. On that same token, that'll help that divination is the Beltane. So I'll have another video that I'll make hopefully tomorrow for Beltane. But we don't talk about it a lot because we just talk about it during Samhain and how the veil's thin and we see the other realms and the spirits, and it's easier to talk to the dead and things of that nature. So on Samhain, yes, the veil's thin and we are closer. It is easier to access the afterworld. It's easier to access the dead, the spirits on that side of the realm, those who have lived and passed over. Now on Beltane, on the other side of that, the veils are lifting and things are, divination is stronger, dream magic is stronger, all of those same kind of things. But instead of it being those who have lived and passed on, it is the spiritual entities that live here that are always here that we just don't see. So fairies and elves and sprites and all of the different kind of nymphs and stuff like that. This is the time when we're going to be able to start seeing them more clearly. I see them all year, but I very much welcome those kind of energies into my home and encourage those relationships. But for those who don't, this is a great time to put out an offering for the fairies or the elves or the gnomes or the whatever it is that you have near you or around you. If you don't know what's around you, this would be a good time to put out an offering and see what bites. Just joking. But not really. You could leave out milk and honey for some fairies. You could leave out some cookies or sweet treats for some elves. Something shiny for the gnomes or fairies. Really, they all like something shiny. Gnomes really like the buried treasure kind of aspect of it. Stones, rocks, things like that. But even your other familiars, like my birds, I don't leave out offerings for them. I want them to eat the bugs, and I don't want to encourage birds that eat fruit. So we only encourage carnivorous birds by not putting out bird seed, and just encouraging them to eat the bugs. But just little things like that to encourage your familiars or to build that bond or to kind of connect with them. This is going to be a great moon for that. It's also going to be a great time of year for that. Like again, this busy energy all coming together makes this great time to do divination, to work on your intuition, to, do a little bit of passionate magic. It's also a great time to dig a little deeper. The moon's going to be illuminating this. Scorpio is really good at helping you tap into your emotions, those deep emotions, the ones that we don't always want to talk about, and illuminate that truth. So you'll see the truth behind, like, say, your jealousy or your rage or your anger or, your lust, all of those kind of primal emotions that we don't like to put out there for public view. This is going to be a great time to kind of work on those with yourself and illuminate that energy. That energy is going to be illuminated by the super full moon, so you can definitely get a good look at that. Let's see. I think that's everything. So a couple pieces of magic that you could do at this time. I would definitely recommend going out and pulling down the moon. If you've never done that activity or you're not familiar with that activity, you go out, you sit underneath the moon. For most of us, it's going to be warm, at least warm enough where we cannot freeze outside. But we can go out and look at the moon and watch the moon and feel that moon. With it being the super moon, it's going to be huge and it's going to be really easy for you to connect with. Then just fix your sights on the moon and then relax your vision so that you see the rays of light coming off of the moon, and focus on that light and that energy and pulling that energy towards you. And as you do that and you focus on that light, you'll be able to see the light coming to you and pull that light all the way down to you until you can really feel that energy really flowing to you, and then just be in that moment and absorb that lunar energy. The super moon all of the energy with this moon is perfect for that. The maiden goddess and I think it is Fred. I would move the camera, but then it would mess everything up. So this bird sits and he just squawks at me and he looks at me. He's funny. That's what he did. He flew around the house like in a big circle, and he came back to the same tree, and he's just looking at me. I watch your bugs. Anyways. So, pulling down the moon would be great for this moon, and just be present with that energy and absorb that energy. Another thing that would be great under this moon is any kind of divination. Free writing would be amazing under this moon. Get out a paper and a pen and clear your mind, ground, and then just start writing and let it write and see what comes out. You probably will be surprised at the truth that you write down without even knowing that these are the truth that you needed to speak. And then, of course, fertility magic and love magic is great under this moon. Plant some basil seeds. They are great for fertility. Nurturing that basil plant can help you to nurture your own fertility. I don't know if you can hear my neighbors pulling out of the driveway. It's funny. So nurture your own fertility by nurturing that plant. It's something you can grow inside, so it can be there year round. But as you see it blossom, know that your own fertility is blossoming. And fertility and prosperity kind of go hand in hand, but fertility doesn't have to be having a baby. Fertility can be starting a new business. It can be starting something new in your life. It can be adding that kind of energy to your relationship just to strengthen it and add that kind of love. But of course, having a new baby is the big fertility thing. So, also you can do some sex magic, some love magic. You can make a sex bottle. So you take a small bottle, like one of the little shooters that you get from the liquor store or whatever, and a red candle. You can put some different herbs in there for passion, cinnamon. That's the only one I can think of off the top of my head. Trying to think of another one just off the top of my head. I can't. Jasmine, cinnamon. That's a lovey-dovey kind of thing. And then you place the red candle on top of it, and you light the candle as you think about the passion that you want to have in your life, in your relationship, and whatever. This is great to do as a couple. You can come together and, both of you use like a fire stick instead of a lighter and light the candle together. If you perform the divine rite, this is a great time to do that with your partner and to bring the gods into your relationship in that manner. I feel like Aleister Crowley gave the divine rite a bad name, and a lot of people associate it with his libertarian perspective of we can just frolic and perform the divine rite everywhere we go. But in true essence of it, the divine rite is invoking the goddess and the god into you and your partner and pulling them down into you, and then consecrating that love in a very passionate divine rite. It's very powerful magic. It's very potent. It's an amazing way to connect with the gods. I was going to try to say something like, but don't do this, whatever, without whatever. So the divine rite is not like doing blood magic. It's not even like doing a hex. This is a way to honor yourself and the gods and the energy that they have gifted us with, this passion to be able to share with another person and to be able to share that energy of the divine and the nature and all of that stuff. I imagine if the gods had it their way, every day would be a divine rite kind of day. I think sometimes we take our mortality for granted and we don't realize the beauty in the moments like that. And the reason we carry on that divine rite is because we pull the divine down to us so that they may experience that. Speaking of divine rite, there's a child there. That is often what happens with the divine rites. I'm just kidding. I mean, it's definitely a possibility, especially at this time of year. If you were to perform the divine rite right around Beltane, there's a good possibility that you're going to be having a baby. So if that's what you're looking for, this is the time. Okay, so, but anyways, right, so we don't always... Right, so the gods, they come down so that they can participate in these mortal activities that we often, I think, take for granted because we are mortal and we don't realize the beauty in just that act. And so I encourage all of you not just to do the divine rite. I mean, that's amazing. If you have a partner who will participate in that with you, definitely don't do it without. I wouldn't call down the gods and then call your partner over and be like, let's do this, without telling them. I mean, they probably enjoy it. It could be overwhelming. Who knows how that would go down, but you just shouldn't do magic without communicating that you're doing it with your partner. But I encourage you to go out and see that same mortal magic, that same energy that is in the blossoming trees. It is in the the growing flowers, even the weeds that we pull out of our yard. All of these things are that blossoming energy. What makes them beautiful is that they are fleeting. It is that they don't last forever. And we have to honor those moments. And as spring comes to full blossom, with high spring being here, and we have the full moon in Scorpio, and we have this deep-rooted energy of Taurus, and we have the super moon and Beltane and whatever else I'm missing. I'm sure there's something else going on. I imagine there's some serious square going on and some Saturn to something. A lot of people are really seeing the justice, the I don't know, maybe it's even Jupiter, maybe they're square together, seeing that just a lot of people have been challenged lately. So I think as this full moon comes, it'll help to illuminate the path that we need to be on in the future. I think that'll help people to see their own passions. And so tap into that and enjoy that and see that and go out and see a flower blooming, watch a bee land there, look for the return of the birds, whatever it may be in your area that reminds you of this beautiful new energy. Go out and enjoy that and really see that and let the moon illuminate that for you. So many blessings to all of you. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will be back soon with belting information, not whatever, you know what I mean. Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment and ask your questions and all that hot jazz, and I will talk to you soon.